It's so cold. Oh, it is just so very, 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 very cold. And I've come over here into the lodge because I think this is the only place where I'm going to get warm. It's Sunday afternoon. Well, no, the sun's going down over there, so it's sort of evening now. And the cold is just incredible. There's like a, I think it's like an east wind blowing. So there's a lot of cold coming in from, I suppose, Siberia. Let me just focus this out the window. I'm not going out. There's no way I'm going out. I mean, it actually looks pleasant enough, you know. You can see the evening sun hitting the New Zealand flags there. But it is just bitter. It's bitter out there. Bitter. I thought to myself last night, as the evening chill set in, I thought, if it gets colder than this, I will retreat to the lodge. And that's precisely what I've done. Retreated to the lodge. The reason why I built this onto the back of the cottage, well, it was when my mother was alive, because I actually built it for my mother, because she wanted to stay with me and I didn't have any spare room because I had my two little grandsons with me at the time. So myself and my eldest daughter and a friend of mine, Michael, we actually built it between us, and most of the wood in here is just scrap wood, although we did go out and buy the tongue and groove, you know, for the walls. But I put the call out for insulation, anyone who had insulation. Now this was just at the end of the Celtic Tiger and before the Big Bang crash. So you can imagine Ireland was abuzz with building. And oh, so many replies. Oh yeah, I've got, you know, half a roll of insulation here, a couple of rolls of insulation there. So we literally packed this little building. It is like a tiny home. We packed it with insulation. We kept the ceilings fairly low and absolutely packed the little A-frame up there with insulation. Couldn't afford a decent door at the time, so the door over there came from an old pub that was being renovated. So that's a bit cold because obviously it's single glazing. The little door there between here and between the lodge and the cottage, because that was originally a window there, you see. I think we paid €8 or something like that, or €10 or €12, somewhere in that region, at a boot fair for that. And the windows, which are double glazed UPVC, came from a boot fair and they were €30 each. And like, they're just top grade windows. But that's how it was in the Celtic Tiger years. You know, there was a huge amount of waste and huge amount of building, and everybody wanted to buy new, and there was so much stuff being thrown away. So this little lodge was built during that time. And you can see there's a wee veranda right there. You can probably hear the wind chimes, because I've got wind chimes out there as well. But we'll go and just peep through the door. So then the little stove here, got that second hand. I'm just going to sit down in front of it. What do we pay for that? It was about 140 or something. It was second hand, obviously, because I paid to have new glass put into it yesterday. And you can see, look, just use breeze blocks there for the back. And that window over there is also from the boot fair. The little curtains are second hand. My friend Thomas came and built the little cupboard and the little wardrobe in. There's just a wee peep out the window. So there you can see. That's looking over now towards the cottage. So I won't be taking you on a guided tour today. Because it was enough that I just went out and filled the bird feeders. Oh, there's quite a draft coming through here, you know. I shall have to try to seal it up a little bit. So this is where I'm going to be spending this evening. Oh, it's a very pleasant wee place. There's a little electric kettle in here. I got that in for guests. And I was thinking to myself, you know, this would make a good wee place, you know, for a little bit of extra income if I was just to let it out, you know, self-catering. But the only thing is, you see that people would want to come during the summer. And it's during the summer months that the well that supplies the water to the cottage usually runs a wee bit low, and so I can't guarantee that there would be enough water even for 2 people here. There's enough for me because I really measure the water out during the summer months. I mean, it's funny really. People are talking at the moment, you know, about only being allowed so many gallons per day each in Cape Town. Well, you know, I've seen me operate here during the summer months, you know, if there is a little bit of a drought, and a drought can last for up to 6 weeks. And the pressure on the well drops so low that it doesn't provide enough push to get the water down the hill and into the tank in the loft here. So I've seen me, you know, literally make do with one watering can full of water for the whole day. But you see, this is where the real conservation comes in. And I think everybody needs to experience living like this in order to appreciate the value of the resources which we have. So this is the main reason why I had no compunction at all about having the flush toilet removed, because I thought that was an abomination. Flushing drinking water down over faeces to wash it away into a septic tank that then had to be emptied every 5 or 6 years or whatever. I mean, that was the height of stupidity. So I had no compunction at all about having that removed and having a compost toilet installed here inside the cottage and another one outside. And the system has worked magnificently because it's brought so much fertility here onto the land of Bealtaine, a land that had been abused and neglected and only really fed with chemical fertiliser to grow some grass to feed cows that would then be slaughtered for their meat. Just seems ridiculous. just ridiculous. So the compost toilet works perfectly, and it's what I would call, and what others would call in the permaculture movement, a closed loop system. You cannot flush it away. There is no away. You cannot throw it away. There is no away. We are living on a planet whose resources are finite. And I say whose resources are finite because I agree with James Lovelock and Lynn Margulis. This is Gaia, a living, breathing, sentient being. It is unfathomable how we can throw so much pollution at her. But anyway, I have a little electric heater in here as well, though that's not switched on, but I may switch that on first thing in the morning when I get up. So I'm going to bring the kettle in shortly, and we put the kettle on top of the stove, and I've got a pot of soup cooking out there, so that'll be brought in and put on top of the stove as well. I'll bring the laptop in and my mobile phone, which of course is the hotspot, and the video that I promised I'd do for you today, I will do that hopefully tomorrow. Because what I'll do, I'll get up nice and early and I'll get dressed in as many layers as possible. See, I didn't actually get the chance to heat up today because I was in my gym jams, kind of scooting around, you know, lighting the stove, letting Jack out, making my coffee, doing this, doing that. And before I knew it then, I was really cold. And it's taken me, really has taken me most of the day just to get reasonably warm. It is that cold out there. Having said that as well, there was a warning released by the local council to say that it's going to be very cold and we really need to be aware of it, and we need to be looking out for, you know, people more vulnerable than ourselves. So there we go. Jack was outside for a while. He was just out there on his cushion on the veranda in the sunshine, and then as soon as the sun moved, then I said, oh, you'd best come in now. He actually doesn't like coming in when the sun's shining. He likes to sit out there on his cushion and he sunbathes. I suppose most of the animals do this. Now, I did go out today and fill up all the bird feeders. That I consider to be of the utmost importance. So the birds have all been fed, been lots of food given to them, and obviously my own little furry friends all fed as well. Thank you so much to those of you who have ordered books. I really do appreciate it. It is my, I'd say my only income, but I'd be telling a lie. As I've said before, I do have a very small pension of 220, well, I think it's about 224. Maybe it's a wee bit less because the pound is dropping, but 224 euros per month. So by buying books from me, it affords me a livable income. I'm never going to get incredibly rich or wealthy, nor do I want to be incredibly rich or wealthy, but it allows me to live in a small degree of reasonable comfort. So, there we go. Now, I'm going to sign off because this is getting up towards 15 minutes, and it takes... how long does it take to upload this video? Depends. Anything from an hour to 2.5 hours. Depends upon which way the wind is blowing. And if my phone can catch that signal and fire it through my laptop. Anyway, we shall see. Wherever you are, because I have heard that there's quite a bit of cool weather, shall we say? Wherever you are, keep warm and dry and snug. And I'm going to bring, I'm just going to bring my big duvet in from my bed and my pillows, and I'm just going to snuggle down on one of those beds there. So, blessings. Blessings, blessings, blessings to you all, my dear friends. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you have a care, you could even share this video. But blessings.